The issue is not new to the region or Grenada, as it has often been the topic of closed-door discussions. But the deputy political leader of the National Democratic Congress says as political parties prepare for an upcoming general election, the issue of trust is immensely critical. Commenting on the issue, Joseph Andel, who was a guest on Tuesday's To The Point program, says politicians using their position to source sexual favors is not a hidden issue anymore.
We have to change the paradigm. The days when we reduce politics to who could tell the bigger lies in terms of what they will deliver and what they will do, we have to put those days behind us because we have to start holding political parties to a higher standard. Okay? So I think that trust is one. We'll have to examine the track record of the incumbent, gauge what they have accomplished against what they claimed they would do.
Dominica's United Workers' Party UWP leader Lennox Linton was recently quoted as saying, "For decades we have ignored the prevalence of such demeaning behavior towards women and have virtually allowed government ministers and politicians in general to employ the trappings of their offices to exploit the social and economic vulnerability of young women throughout the Caribbean region without any serious public admonition or rebuke." The NDC's deputy political leader says the issue should be treated in the right manner.
I do not, for legal and other reasons, it's one thing knowing something. It's a totally different kettle of fish being able to come up with sufficient hard evidence. Okay? So I talked to them. I tried to advise them as best I could to avoid certain people and certain situations. Because very often, again, given the imbalance in the power relationship, even sometimes the victim ends up being victimized more than once. Yeah. And we're talking about limiting the power of public figures, integrity in public life, and so on. One of the ways that we can do that, again, is via constitutional reform. And the question of, for example, recalling recalcitrant members of parliament.
Pundits say that the business of sexual exploitation, which has been a part of the fabric of Caribbean politics for a long time, in which some Caribbean politicians are secretly and in some cases publicly allowed to keep scorecards of the exploits, must come to an end. Eugenia Peters, GBN News.